Ready to go?
Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. All right, we got that all set up. We are playing Mask a New Generation. It is a superhero pen paper RPG. And we have with us Ro, who's the GM. We have Zavi. We have Mega, and we have a new player, Draco. If you watch any of my other videos, especially the Dune vehicles, you'll know Draco and the chaos that we ensue in our videos. So a good fit to this group. And I'm gonna let Ro take it from here.
Okay. So, the game is of Masks, A New Generation. It's a great book. It's based upon the Apocalypse system. If you don't know about the Apocalypse system, it is very different from, say, your standard D&D systems in that this is a narrative-focused game. So, story comes first. Dice rolling are more secondary. We're taking place in the book's city, which is Halcyon City, but we will make it our own. Now, just quick going over of what Halcyon City is from the book. Halcyon City is a massive, bustling megapolis. Countless of people from countless cultures and walks of life populate the great city. It's contradictory and wonderful combinations of darkness and light, crime and heroism, corruption and hope, past mistakes and the promise of change. It's always been the city of tomorrow and yesterday, and that's never been more true than today. Halcyon is the focal point of the superpowered, extra-normal world. The city's always had more than its share of strange heroes and going-ons, but since the late 1930s, it's played home to more superhumans and their kin than any other place on Earth. And the city has evolved to fit its population. Construction crews work at ridiculous speeds to repair the damage done in superhuman brawls. Halcyon hosts the headquarters of AEGIS, the Advanced Expert Group for Intervention and Security, an elite government agency that arose specifically to deal with superhumans, among the other weird, secret, and superhuman-oriented organizations. Over the course of 80 or so years of superheroes, Halcyon City has seen 3 relatively distinct generations of superheroes rise and fall. These 3 generations are known colloquially as the Gold Generation, the Silver Generation, and the Bronze Generation. And now there's a new generation rising. The children of other superheroes or trainees of prior generations or brand new superpowered individuals, all trying to figure out who they are in the midst of Halcyon City's own special brand of wonder and insanity. So, that is the background of the city that we are playing in. Where all the characters here are in some way going to school, and the high school's name is West Washington High in Halcyon City. All right, so I'm going to give each of you a chance to briefly introduce your characters for people to hear, and we're going to have you go through and mention the little bits that we discussed on how did you first come to, when you first came together, what happened? So we're going to kind of talk about going through your backstory in terms of what happened when you first came together. And I think we're going to start here with Rigger.
Okay, so going off of what Ro just mentioned, a bit about my character. So my character is a sort of like tech geek who's built a power armor to adapt for their disability. I gave them several policies, just like I actually have several policies, because, well, put a little bit of my real life into it, and I always thought it'd be cool to have a superhero with a disability. physical disability, I thought would be interesting, and the power armor helps out with that. And if you guys have seen my Say Heroes videos with Rigger, they have drones that assist him in different functionalities and stuff like that, and is mainly used for combat surveillance and things like that. And that's the direction that I've gone with that character. So it's the power armor help hit them with the mobility of getting around due to the cerebral palsy, and also for commanding of the drones. And then you said about meeting the team. I'm looking here. Trying to read this. Wait for me to make the font bigger on. Probably not. I need to get new glasses, I think. Okay, let's secret identity. Looking for the part about meeting the team.
If you look along the top here on the right-hand side, there's chat. Then there's art history, and then under that, next one is journal.
Yeah.
And if you go down,
I'm in my character. I'm in the bio and info area. That's where I'm looking for the information.
Yes. Yep. I've copied all that information in there. So
yeah, just trying to read it correctly. Give me a moment while I read this. As you guys know, with my nystigmatism, it takes me a bit. So let's go ahead and move on to someone else while I read this and get ready for this part.
All right. So let's move on then to dynamics.
All right. So we've got Dynamics, who is basically, she's the sidekick of the popular, quote, living weapon Dynaman. He's champion of the people, defender of all that's good. And, well, now he's got someone who's fairly similar to him, though with a bit more of a tech focus over to her. She just kind of came out of nowhere. There's some big scandals about some stuff. Apparently, it was shortly after he managed to take down a villain pair, but I mean, he really does that all the time, so who knows about that front. She's kind of taciturn, polite enough, like very PR friendly when approached for, by the news media. But as far as the group goes, she actually she had linked up with Rigger a few times before everything really got going big on it there, because Rigger does tech, Dynamics does tech, and they keep an eye on the same sort of things. They go through similar circles. Pretty sure they hit a kind of a future tech convention once or twice on there. Not like hit as in robbing the place. Of course, that would never happen. And and then I think technically I had the first part of the how we all met on there. And so as kind of with the team initially coming together for all of this, one of Dynaman's team members actually, a guy called Spellslinger, who basically channels magic through 6-shooters. Kind of cool Western mystical type guy. Well, he had kind of gotten cornered and had his power shut down by a villain calling himself Techno Wizard. And we happened to be close enough to be first on the scene to respond. And so I think what wound up happening on here, Dynamics was able to kind of pick out what was going on to cause the problem, and then Rigger was able to get in to actually fix it, because as it turned out, Techno Wizard was distinctly more tech than wizard, though he was able to interface with it on there, which was a little bit unexpected. But yeah, so first meeting was saving one of the rumored father's teammates. So, attaboys all around.
And as a result of that, you guys were given a base, which was the old Justice base. And you were also given communicators and secret identities. All right. Let's have an introduction from Deho or David Song.
David is a bit of a theater geek. His parents kind of shoved him into taking like music and dance classes, and essentially wanting him to do like respectable arts kind of stuff. So he's been training in acting, music, and dance from a young age, and he has over time kind of parlayed that into a couple of the Korean martial arts like Taekyon, which is kind of a rhythmic. It's got kind of dancey aspects to it, so he kind of started to get into that martial art, and has also been kind of shifting into Taekwondo as well. Basically he loves dancing, and he wants to he's hoping he can essentially. The character premise is basically based on the idea of a sort of Michael Jackson, Captain EO kind of a thing, where in Michael Jackson music videos, he'll dance, and then like his dancing is so rad that other people are compelled to like dance with him and stuff. So how that ends up playing out, we'll see whether or not like that sort of thing can actually happen. And then because other people would be making his moves, they would also be doing like his martial art kind of stuff. I'm not really sure to what degree we're going to get into actual, manipulation of people with it. But that's the basic thing is dancer turned martial artist, but still heavily involved in like school theater and stuff like that. During the initial incident, he happened to have a costume from the latest production, theatrical production that he used to disguise himself, but he hasn't really worked out a superhero identity yet. He basically is an old friend of Rigger from school, and so I think just happened to be hanging out with him when the initial inciting incident went down.
And you sort of just grabbed a costume on the fly and went along to see what happens.
Yep.
All right. And that brings us to Eli.
Well, Eli is rather short than most of his classmates, standing at 5'5". He's definitely not muscular, and so he been picked on for a while by bullies, especially Michael Thompson. When Eli hit 14, Michael scarred Eli's left cheek, and Eli's powers erupted, just kind of sending a blast out of his hand. Michael went into a wall and fell into a coma. And Eli is just kind of, he's a sophomore in the school, and he's looking up towards these others in the team for guidance. But when he was around beginning there, the high school sports football field was damaged by him because he got loose of his powers. He has a real close best friend, Holly Smith, who usually can help him control his powers if she sees him or he tries to contact her. She can usually help talk him down and also help him kind of see the reasoning of not just letting go, because sometimes he's got that, feeling of that he feels like he's nothing, that he sometimes just like, it'd be better off to just let go of my cosmic powers, because it not only will end badly for him, but it will take care of whatever it is he's trying to face.
Okay. So, and how did you get involved with this group?
Well, Eli kind of knows Rigger, kind of hangs out with him from time to time, because he is a little bit of a tech nerd himself, but he doesn't quite understand it in full. So he kind of likes to see the inventions and stuff that Rigger comes up with. He thinks he's really cool. But since meeting Dynamix, Eli has really gravitated around that person, and pretty much is like a puppy dog to them.
Okay.
Oh no, Eli's fallen for the cool professional demeanor.
He's been duped.
All right. So, right. Just a quick question. All right. What I would like you guys to quickly do for me is in the chat, type in, who do you think is the leader of the group?
My chat is messed up. Hold up a second. I'm getting a weird scroll thing. There we go.
I was supposed to raise the point. Was that the game chat or was that YouTube chat?
I was going with the roll chat, but I mean, you type it into the other into. I was hoping you were using Roll20 to type it in that chat.
Oh, is that a little side comment over here?
So I still need from Draco and Mega Man to type in your answers.
Suck up.
Yeah, out of character, I would say, okay, Rigger's definitely the social glue of the group, but
Yeah, well, it's important for me to have, just because that's later on we're gonna need to do this. Okay. At the start of a session, by the way, I put 2 team already in the team pool. That's something that we may come to need later on. But
Where is the team pool displayed anywhere?
yeah, in the forums section of the Roll20, I have a thing called team pool. It's just, you can look at it if you need to. It's just a little way I can keep track of it outside of the game.
I'm not sure we ever went over just what Team Pool is used for.
Team pool comes up if you need to add an extra +1 to a die roll. And there are some ways they can be added. You can do so by taking the +1 for yourself, and that's doing it selfishly, or you can do it because you're actually working with a team member to try and help them out do something. and there are consequences of whether you use it selfishly or not. But we'll come to that when we get into some combat. But just important now is that we know that there's the two that start the session with, and then when we get into any sort of combat, we will then do it. So, story-wise, it is start of the school year has started in September. You guys have started your initial getting to go to do things. Most of you probably have got some sort of clubs or obligations going on. And I'm going to start with Rigger because he is a Janus character. Let's take have you make a roll to just test to see how is life going for you, Rigger. How are
Okay.
you balancing your two types of careers?
So would that be a flat roll or?
Let's take a look. Okay, it is under your secret identity on your
Okay, the
playbook,
mundane.
and you roll the mundane.
Okay. Any bonuses or penalties?
Well, when you roll the mundane, there's a little. You see the little thing that says mundane. There's a little dice roller
Yep,
beside it.
I clicked on that and it says bonuses or penalties. So do I add anything or subtract anything from this roll?
Nope, there shouldn't be anything else than your mundane in this situation.
Got 13.
Dying.
And I like
Aye.
the design that you have on this. It has that comic book feel, which is really nice when it does the rolls and stuff like that. That's cool.
Yep. Well, I'm not the one that set this up. I'm just using the existing program, but definitely things are going well. You are balancing off. You are making sure that you are paying the bills. Everything is going well for the start.
Excellent. I can
You
sit
do
back
not
and
have
relax.
You can sit back and relax a little bit because you're not actually, you can actually, because your things are going so well that you can take a time out, be with the team as all of you have decided to take in a little bit of a leisurely night because it is Thursday night football. And as part of Thursday night football, there is a homecoming parade that is going to go through the town. And you guys have set up to gather, drink some coffees, maybe eat a little bit of ice cream. Do you have can you think of a good name for a coffee and ice cream kind of place?
Hmm.
Hello?
Hello. I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I was
Quick
thinking
question:
of
Where
Bucky
where
Roberts.
is? Sorry, what?
Oh, sorry, go ahead with the question there.
Where where geographically is this city located?
We'll say Halcyon is on the West Coast. We'll say it's kind of like a Seattle kind of environment
Okay.
or an Portland, Oregon kind of environment. All right.
Okay. Sorry, what was your suggestion, Zavi?
I was saying like Bucky Roberts for a place that does ice cream and coffee.
Bucky Robbers. Okay. So let's go with guys have setting out Bucky Robbers. They haven't quite gotten into their winter setup, so they still have tables out on the walkway that people are able to sit at while they drink. It's still kind of warm in the late in the evening before it gets fully dark. So you know that summer's pretty much gone, but it hasn't really gotten into the cold of autumn yet. All right. So, Eli,
Yes, sir.
Holly has come along with you.
Yeah.
So, we're gonna say that she also knows Rigger, as he's kind of, and she's one of the people that helped you meet up with some of these people on this team.
Yep.
All right. So-
Real fast, is this we're together as the team as basically in the heroic personas or in the civilians? Because I know there's some limits on who knows who Rigger actually is.
Yes, that's up to you guys. Do you guys want to be as humans, as just ordinary people, gathering together, or are you going to only or are you gathering here in your superhero costumes?
Well, as far as Eli goes, he doesn't have a costume, so he is out and known as Starborn.
So he's got the name Starborn now. Okay.
Yeah, that's his hero name.
All right. So Eli, aka Starborn, is here with Holly. She is not his date.
No, no romantic
She is
interest.
just no romantic interest. They are just friends. But he's known her since grade 3.
Yeah, and we are both sipping on my favorite drink from Bucky Robbers, which is a chocolate mocha peanut butter frappuccino.
All right. And so he's dressed just in civilian clothes. What is everyone else wearing? Are you wearing superhero clothes? Are you wearing regular clothes? And what are you drinking or eating? So let's talk to Dynamics. What are
Well,
you doing?
if Eli's out here as is basically openly caping, then she can't really use her civilian identity around him. So she has to be out here as Dynamics then. Otherwise, well, obvious links become obvious. So she's here in her armor, got to. So we got this coffee shop. You've got just armored / suited up Dynamic. She's got her stun rifle just slung across her back, just casually there. And she's like very formal, very good posture, drinking a cup of just plain green tea.
Okay. All right. Deho, what are you doing?
Hmm. So, wait, is Rigger also in superhero persona then?
I am going to
don't
be,
know.
yes.
Okay, in that case, yeah, I'd probably again just have grabbed some kind of random costume from the school theater department. Yeah, actually, yeah, let's go ahead and say it's the same, like, kind of masked swashbuckler Zorro-esque kind of a thing that I wore during the inciting incident. And I am enjoying a plain vanilla soft serve dipped in a chocolate mocha kind of hard, those magic shell kind of a syrup things that harden up immediately.
Yep. All right. And Rigger, so you are dressed in your exosuit then?
Yes.
Okay.
And I am drinking and eating nothing because, well, it's so hard to do in the suit. So I'm just sort of hanging out.
You haven't had any luck getting those liquid induction ports working yet?
They have yet to be installed.
And we've got a workshop you can use.
Man, I forgot this. I need to eat while I'm wearing my suit.
Hey, it's crime fighting functionality first, the rest later.
Okay, I can't argue with that. Good priorities.
I mean, I could sit there and create like a dessert bar in the thing and, a bunch of other cool little things like that. But then, how would I be able to control the drones and get the thing to move and stuff like that? It would just be like a sitting box at the time.
All right. So since you're dressed in your exosuit, where are your drones?
My drones I have commanded in a position in an alley nearby waiting for commands. Except for the surveillance drone, which I have on patrol protocols. To keep an eye out on things in the area.
Is Deho gonna change superhero outfits every time, or?
I don't know. Part of one of my drives is to essentially establish a superhero identity with like a name and a costume.
Okay,
Part
cool.
of his initial arc is just trying to figure out how he's going, like what his superhero whole situation is going to be.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys are then three of you plus Holly are all enjoying your time here, whereas Rigger is trying to look cool while not consuming anything because there isn't an access for doing that. All right. But he does have his drones out. Most of them are just sort of parked in a nearby alleyway, hoping not to be graffitied while he's here. And he's got his surveillance drone working the neighborhood, looking for trouble, something to get him out of this situation.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. So, meanwhile, the around you are other people from your school. In fact, several people that have stopped here are the macho jock type people. Now, Eli.
I knew it was going to come to me.
Seeing as how you tend to be bully bait, give me a face and a name to one of these people that is sitting at one of the other tables here enjoying their drinks while the parade is starting to get underway.
So, Michael, of course, being a bully and a jock, excuse me, he had a best friend named John, and John is the one standing or sitting and kind of eyeing Eli, and Eli is very uncomfortable, but he's trying to like not look that way. He actually looks over at Dynamax with the green tea and is thinking, I should have got a green tea.
Okay. And what kind of sport is John known for?
He's definitely a football jock.
Football.
So he's
jock.
angry. I hurt his best friend. He's angry. I blew up the football field. You know, I feel this is the direction that this is.
Actually, that's one of the things that this parade is celebrating is that the stadium has been rebuilt, and this is the opening day for the new stadium. So part of homecoming is celebrating the repair and the opening of the stadium again at the high school.
Yay.
All right. So, he's looking over you, and you definitely know that he's looking at you. Not going to do anything, because he also knows that you happen to have some sort of powers and therefore are dangerous. But you definitely feel that look. And they're definitely, he's whispering and speaking to some other people, and they're laughing. You can feel that they're laughing at you. Even though they're not doing anything, you just know they're saying stuff and they're laughing about you. How do you feel?
I feel like I want to confront him, but yet I also am here with my team and my best friend, and I don't want to see Holly get hurt because this is the first time we've kind of hung out for a little bit. But I think I would go over to my buddy Rigger and just be kind of like, John is staring me down like he's going to kill me. You think he'd try anything?
I turn to Eli and I say, I don't think he'd try anything with, all these heroes around. Him being is John like a regular human, or does he also have superpowers that we might know about? Do we have any information on him besides just being a football player and a high school student?
Well, make a superior roll and let me know if you know anything.
Oh, miss.
Should Eli do that as well?
No. It's
Okay.
Rigger's the one that's trying to, check out and try and do that. And let's just self. So you think that he's looking looks pretty safe to me.
Okay, so I mentioned that to Eli that it looks pretty safe, and there's us around here in the team that can back you up if things come to anything.
All right. So additionally, it's at that point in time that let's figure out one of your drones. Let's see. We'll say it's your range drone. Suddenly squawks and goes, "Danger!"
Okay, I pick up the recordings and pull up the viewing monitors of all three drones. I'm pretty sure. What do I first want to check the ranged drone and see what I see in its view.
In the range drone?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The range drone was kind of, just basically looking at the crowd ahead of it and then sort of crunch as something seemed to walk over top of it. And then you hear there's some screaming as a large something is breaking into the parade. Kaboom. All right. So we are about to enter combat. So bup, bup, bup. Six. Sorry. Right thing, and it's not right there. Do. Sorry. Quick questions to ask when. All right. So you already answered the question. Who is the leader? All right. Now, next question is, are you prepared for combat? Have you, as a team, prepared?
I would have to say yes, we're prepared considering we're all in our costumes.
Okay.
I mean, if you mean it's kind of like a general mindset of, hey, something can happen at any time, Dynamix would definitely have been on the times where we have had team meetings. That's something she would have been trying to hammer down at everybody. Whether successfully or not, that's up to you guys.
Well, Eli was already kind of on edge about the bully thing, so.
Yeah, and I'm still new enough to this that I probably am a little not terribly prepared. Like, just because this is probably only the second time that anything's happened to my character.
So it's more like you go pull your weapon out, a bunch of change falls out of your pocket, and you're stumbling around trying to pick up all the change. No.
I don't have any weapons.
I was just trying to give a nice, good, humorous Example.
Mhm.
Okay, here it is. Sorry. When you enter battle against a dangerous foe as a team, add 2 to the team pool. If the leader has influence over every teammate, well, you don't have a leader figured out yet, so if everyone has the same purpose in the fight. So what do you think is your purpose in this fight? We'll start with Rigger. What's your purpose?
To protect people in the crowd, primary and then secondary businesses, and to stop the whoever's stomping around and figure out what it is.
Okay, so are you stopping the creature or are you protecting people? Make a choice.
Actually, the first thing I want to do is I want to figure out what it is that is stomping around.
Okay, you want to find one is stomping around.
Mm-hmm.
Dynamix, what are you trying to do?
First priority, as has been hammered into her by her mentor and the rest of his team and their PR department, is get the civilians out of there before someone gets hurt and it becomes a really bad thing.
Get the civilians away. Okay. D-Song, David Song, what's your purpose?
Yeah, probably help get the people to safety.
Get people to safety. Okay. And Eli, what's your purpose?
He probably wants to make sure Holly's fine, but as far as a general overview, he's going to try and distract.
You're trying to get Holly out and you're going to try and distract? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Like he'll tell her to run or whatever, and then he'll just kind of try to get the thing's attention.
All right. Does any of you mistrust somebody which you consider to be a leader?
For Rigger,
Say that
not
again.
offhand.
Yeah. And if the team is ill-prepared or off-balance, remove team. Now, whoever is the leader of the team can mark a condition to avoid removing a team from the pool. Does anyone mark does either Rigger or Dynamix want to mark a condition at the start here?
Let's see. So conditions, there's afraid, there's angry, there's guilty, there's hopeless, there's insecure. I don't think any of those would really apply to her right now, so I can't see her taking on any of those mindsets at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah,
Rigger,
I'm
you don't
looking at these, and I'd agree that Rigger wouldn't have any of those mindsets of being afraid, angry, guilty, helpless.
All right.
Yeah, until I actually see what's stomping around, I don't think I would necessarily be afraid. I'd just be kind of...
Yeah. That's fine. We'll just leave it at 2 in the team pool at the moment. And as I said, you can either use the team pool for purposes of if you want to help out a person and you have to describe how you're helping them out, and then you can use one. Or if you feel that you need it and you could just do it what they call selfishly, then you can do that as well. In which case, if you selfishly spend it, say how your actions ignore or insult your teammates. Remove one team from the pool and shift one label up and one label down, your choice. You can use the option after rolling the die, after the label you're rolling with. So basically, if you feel you need it, you can mess with yourself a little bit and talk about how you're trash talking your teammates for not being all right. Anyways, so Rigger, you're checking your screens, trying to figure things out. Dynamix, you are starting to hear and see that something is breaking into the crowd and parade area. Do you want to do anything?
Yeah, so first thing that she's going to need to do is basically show off her heritage a bit with that the superhuman physique and just kind of bounce up towards, like, if we're going West Coast, this is modern medium-sized city. Probably, are we talking like a tall building, or is this just like a 1-2 story thing?
The places around there's usually like the business on the first floor, and then 1 or 2 stories usually of either smaller businesses that don't need a front or they are some small little apartments.
Okay, but all right, so relatively short. I mean, compared to like what a downtown area would look like.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So first thing she's got to do is kind of just use that superhuman physique first, kind of bounce up to the roof to be able to get a good view. And so that the crowd can see her, she can see the crowd, and basically start shouting at people to get clear and kind of point the direction, like gesture wildly towards the people so they know that direction is the way you want to go, because the problem's over in the other direction.
Okay. So you're setting up and you've leapt to a place where you can get a better view of what's going on. All right. David Song, what are you doing? Rigger's looking into his visor and then gone more still. Dynamix has suddenly leapt out of the up into the air, going somewhere. What are you doing? David Song?
Oh, sorry, I just got a text from my landlord. So sorry, what am I doing? I mean, I'm again trying to get people to safety. Did I miss something?
Yeah. So how are you getting to get people to safety?
Is if there's a back or side entrance basically that is away from where we can hear the commotion, just trying to like direct people like, hey, this way, and if basically if we have to go behind the counter to get to like whatever back entrance, screw it, I don't, not caring whether or not the employees of the coffee/ice cream shop it's just trying to funnel everybody to whichever exit is for the or the most opposite direction to where the commotion is.
Okay. Saying go back through the coffee ice cream shop towards the back. Okay.
And I'm mostly like, I'm not necessarily like leading the way. I'm like just trying to direct people. And then once everybody's out, then I probably go and try to join up with Rigger to actually confront the threat.
Okay. And Eli, what are you doing? How are you getting Holly out of there or helping her out?
Seeing what Yeho is doing, he's gonna kind of like take and kind of like push her shoulder in the direction of him and be like, just go, get out of here. And then as she starts taking off, I'm just going to kind of levitate and turn towards this thing and just kind of get ready to get its attention somehow.
Okay. So you are going up into the air after you're having said to Holly, just go follow and just generally trying to shove her in the direction to go. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Rigger, I want you to make since you're using your drone to look things over, I'd like you to assess the situation, since you seem to be trying to figure out what's going on, what happened to your ranged drone, because it's giving you a little bit of signal, and you're seeing something having walked over of your drone, going out into the streets, and you're trying to get a picture and figure out what it is. So I need you to, what they would say, assess the situation, which is a superior roll.
Superior roll. Any modifiers?
It's your superior, so you just roll superior.
Okay. 8 hit.
8's a hit. So you may ask one question.
Okay. I
And-
want to ask, since I have my surveillance drone out there and it has a lot of the analytics and stuff like that of scanning things, I want to ask the if there's any like visible weaknesses on what's coming. Any weak spots on what's the thing that's stumbling through, shall we say?
Okay. So what's stumbling through? Looks very much like some sort of Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Mhm.
It looks like some giant creature that is crashing through, that has come out of this alley on through your drone, and it is breaking into the parade area. And let's see. And from what you can see, you definitely think that it is not a natural tyrannosaur. You think that it might be some sort of robot, but you're not sure. It's hard to see because it's not looking mechanical, so it's probably been dressed up in a costume or something.
Okay, so with this information that I've gathered, I want to share this with the team and let them know that, hey, it looks like a Tyrannosaurus, but I have a sense in the scans that I got and the information that it's not an actual real living being, but maybe a mechanical robot type thing.
All right. So whoever wants to act on that information, you can have a +1 on your ability to take advantage of that in some way. So now I'll give you one other thing there, Rigger.
Mm-hmm.
You do see that one of the people on the flap of this creature.
Your mic was cutting out bad.
your
Larry,
mic,
could you repeat
can you
that?
say that again?
Sorry, I was saying that one of the people that is on one of the floats that's being about to be run over by this tyrannosaur is your special ed teacher.
Oh, conflicts. Such conflicts.
This is the one that is always saying that, heroes are the only ones that can save people.
Yeah.
And that special ed's people, they're just not heroes.
Yeah, so is that the only action I'm allowed to do is with that drone that I just did? Or do I actually have like physical movement or control of another command to another drone?
Well, in the game of New Generation, we don't have like turns. What you have is like the limelight. Right now, the limelight is on you. Okay. I'll go along to a point. It seems like it should go to somebody else, or somebody else suddenly says, "Hey, I think I've got something to say about this, or want to do something." Okay.
Excellent. So I want to do a twofold thing. Is when I see that, I want to run towards that float to push it out of the way. Along at the same time, I want to have my melee drone and my combat drones to attack it. So the melee drone's basically going to hit in its legs because it's a tall thing, and the combat drone's going to shoot at it, or the ranged drone will shoot at it.
All right. So what's your focus? Your focus on saving the people on the float by trying to push it away, or on just having the other people in?
The main focus would be saving the people on the float.
All right. Main focus is on saving people. All right. So That means that you are trying to focus on that. All right. So you're trying to defend someone.
Hmm?
You need to roll savior.
Savior. Another miss. It's a back and forth for me.
That's okay. Now the nice thing is that okay. Right. So instead, well, you do manage to move the float a little bit out of the way, but you have put yourself in the path instead of the Tyrann or Mechasaur, and it is going to take a bite on you. So I want you to take a blow.
Take a blow. So in that case, what do I do for taking a blow?
Okay, for take a powerful blow.
Is
Roll
that at the top of the
plus
conditions?
conditions. Yeah, roll plus conditions marked. So in this case, you don't have any conditions, so it's just a straight roll.
Oh dear.
So this is, though,
Okay.
This is not going good for you.
No, it's not.
No, that's actually that's a good
In your
thing.
case, it's and in this case, it's a good thing
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
because
Because it's like the roll
you want
against.
to roll low.
Oh,
well,
you do
because
want to roll.
every condition you'd have would normally give you an extra +2, so a high number is a bad thing on this one.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
so this is a good roll.
In this case, you are lucky. On a miss, you stand strong. Mark a potential as normal and say how you weathered the blow. So on your character sheet, you can mark potential.
Potential, mark potential. Got it marked. And how whether the blow is basically as it goes to chomp down, I basically bring up my arms to help sort of, push back on the chomping down. So I'm sort of like, as it's trying to chomp down, I'm using the servos of my exosuit to sort of hold the mouth open a bit.
All right. So we'll leave you there in the situation, using your arms to try and hold this creature's mouth open while your melee drone is attacking from the side, and your other range drone is kind of working. It's not quite as good because it's kind of, you look at the screen on it and it's kind of cracked and wobbly, but it is firing out something in the general direction of the.
So it's
Mechanism.
somewhat working, but just a little damaged.
Oh, we'll probably say it's a little bit more damage. It had a couple ton creature run over top of it.
Note to
But yeah.
self: reinforce my drones.
So, we're past the top of the hour, and I actually need to respond to this message from my landlord. Can we take a quick 5 to 10?
Yeah, let's go ahead
we
and
can
take
take
a 10-minute. Let's be back at 7:15 Pacific Standard Time. That will be 10:15 East Coast time.
Cool.
Banger, everyone.
All right.
Okay, we are mostly back, and I see a Dread's here. And Dread, you need to join us. Everyone convinced that Dread needs to join us in this group of playing tabletop RPGs. You know you want to, right, Draco?
Join us. Join us.
She wants to be one of us, but I don't want her here. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Harsh.
Oh, come on. We can take out the floor beneath her so that she falls whenever she tries to do something. She's used to that, playing with me and you, Draco.
Or maybe I can chase her around with a knife while we're doing things.
You guys will see that on Monday's video. Dread.
All right, everyone's here now?
It looks like everyone's here, so let's go ahead and get back into it.
All right, so when we left off, Rigger was in the mouth of danger, literally. All right, Dynamix, you had taken up to the top of a building and were looking around. Now, at the start of combat, I think you have a move that you can make.
Yeah, I do have an option on here. Though it does say, be mindful of your surroundings, assess it before entering the fight. And technically the fight started, or because I'm not actually in the middle of it, would it still apply here?
I'll let it apply in this situation because, one, it's kind of cool, and it kind of goes to the fact is that you really try and take a moment to use your brain before you start getting into the fight. So,
yeah, I mean, you gotta know what's going on before you start shouting orders or taking shots here. So let's go ahead then and take a roll and just assess the entire situation here with, again, the main focus is on, okay, where are the risks to the civilians? It's pretty obvious what the risk to Rigger is at the moment, but he's got armor. They don't.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
I like that.
hey, that's awesome. So, normally on a assess the situation, you get to ask 2 questions on such a good hit, but because of your special, you get to ask 3 things.
All right, so her mind's working on overdrive right now, so
you can ask, what here can I use to blank? You can use things like, what here is the biggest threat? What here is the greatest danger? Who here is most vulnerable to me? And how could we best end this quickly?
Well, let's see here. So, I mean, the question is, okay, so for biggest threat, that would be kind of obvious, but I'm looking, so I kind of want, that is the first one, but as in, I mean, obviously not the Dinobot in and of itself on it there, but like, like, are any of the floats like going out of control? Does it look like someone's about to get trampled? That's the sort of thing that she's going to be looking out for as first priority. So first question.
Okay, so you're looking for who's in the greatest danger then, maybe?
Yeah. Or what
Okay.
situation is about to become dangerous that we can do something about?
All right. You're looking at this, and you can remember some of the words of your father. And your father would say, in situations like this, don't look at the magician's hand, because if you're looking at the magician's hands, you're going to miss the rabbit. And your mother, she would say, and if you miss the rabbit, then you miss the 45 pointed at your skull. So
that took a turn.
well, he's got a family. But anyways, looking into this, your first thoughts are that if I release Tyrannosaur Rex on a crowd, what's my end game? What am I this Tyrannosaurus Rex is doing this.
Yeah, so
this.
so
There's
it's
something
creating the
else.
threat. So obviously there's going to be a response. So what is that? Where are they trying to draw that response away from, sort of thing?
Yes. So, yes, the Tyrannosaurus is a big threat, but it's probably not the real threat.
Hmm.
So that's one question. You got two more.
All right. The second question. So I guess in going along with that, it doesn't. No, we'll go with it since kind of going into the planning mindset on this one here. It's like outwardly, she's still doing like telling people get off to the street, get to cover, that sort of stuff, like making big gestures, making a symbol of herself for them to focus and reduce panic.
Right.
But as she's doing that, that's just kind of preemptory. It's just automatic. She's not really putting a whole lot of thought into that on there. It's a performance, basically.
Mm-hmm.
What she's doing is she's thinking here. So we've got the parade routes here. We were a public presence so that they know there's a hero response, so they know that we're going to fight back at it. What is near here that we could have gotten to if we weren't in a fight right now? That would be important enough to have a giant robot and losing a giant robot, because obviously they're going to wreck the thing eventually.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, you do know that there are, of course, there's some pawn shops, there's your corner banks. All those are kind of not really that, they're valuable, but
And they're small scale
personally,
compared to this.
to this. The only thing that you can think of off the top of your head, which is a bigger scale event, is about block and a half away from here is a taller building, which is the here. Sorry. Yes, it's the Aries Rolling Connecticut Technology Server Center.
All right. Well, I think I know where I'm going to be going on this one. Should probably help him. So, third one is then. So we've got Riggers being chomped. Third question is, where can I direct Starborn to hit best to take the robot out of the fight before I... Basically, that's going to be what it is kind of use a team point, give a bonus to Starborn, point him at a weak spot on the robot, and then head over to the Ares data center myself.
Okay. Well, from your dad, he always used to complain that, the problem with robots is the neck. The neck's always the problem because, you have, all your visual stuff in the top, and therefore, once the neck is taken off of a creature or broken, all the connecting wires and stuff like that are messed up. It's like one of the ways you can really injure and destroy robots, and you just can't seem to make that, make it look like a robot. I mean, sure, you can make an R2-D2, but it just doesn't have the same, impact on people.
Yeah, I mean, you lose out on style points there, and
Yeah,
his generation,
and
style was
everything.
important. Exactly, they were Silver Age. All right, so kind of call out over to Eli, but as Starborn, because we're on the job right now. It's like, so Starborn, hit it in the neck, away from the street, push it back into the alley, break the head off. It's not alive, so go for it. Just don't hit Rigger or the crowd. And then, advice given, starts leaping off towards what she's pretty sure is the real target of all this.
Okay. And as you are starting to leap away, one other thing I'm going to give you as an observation as you are doing this is that you do see, a fair distance away, but Dynaman.
Mm.
Senses are such that he can see from a long distance away quite well, and you can see that he's just sitting up on top of a building, just watching, observing. Now, did he happen to know this was going to happen in advance? Or did he set things up? Or did he just, is just keeping tabs on you? Who knows? And you also see there are some crows that are around. Now, is that your mom keeping tabs on you? Again, or they just could be crows. And I'll leave you
Yes.
that little thought.
There's a lot of stuff to consider on it there, but one of the things that she has learned about mastermind types is if you don't have all the answers to the problem, you just have to do what you're going to do anyway and figure out the plan as you go.
All right. Eli, you're going to be up in a second, but I have to go briefly away from the computer, and then I'll be right back.
Okay. So, something I was thinking about is for both Mega and Draco, if you can go in and when you get a chance to change your names to your characters' names in the game in Roll20, it'd be very helpful. And another recommendation, but you don't have to do it, is sort of have like a portrait of your character, what your character would look like. Recommendation is like City Heroes is a good way to go about doing that to get a rough look. That's what me and Zavi did. And the reason I recommend that is, well, it's a free game to download and play.
Yeah.
Or if you have artist skills, you can draw up your own.
I am not artistic. How do I change my name?
So over on the chat box, you see the upper right, it's got the gear for my settings.
Yep. Okay. Oh,
Yep,
all right.
Yep, display name, just swap that over.
Do I have to hit an accept or anything?
If you're on a PC, you'd probably have to hit enter on it.
Okay.
There we go.
There you go.
Teaching Draco and Mega Man how to switch over their display names.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. Sorry, I had to go. Our dogs were banging on the door to come back into the house. So
hey,
Oh,
we
no
know how
problem.
real life is, and that's,
Yeah. All right. So Eli, you've just been told by Dynamix that you should go and cause damage to this creature that is trying to chomp on Rigger. What are you going to do?
Well, since I kind of am influenced by Dynamix, I'm gonna take that into like my mind and be like, okay, this is the way to do it. She knows what she's talking about. She's got this. So I'm gonna kind of levitate over towards Rigger, and I'm just gonna kind of tell him, the weakest place, and then I'm going to just set out one of my hand blasts, right, like kind of where I can estimate, like maybe the center of the neck is between the body and the jaw.
Okay. Before that, though, you are a Nova, so I want you to take a quick charge and see how many flares you have to work with. See how much burn you have.
Okay. No bonuses or anything, right?
Well, you don't currently have any conditions, so you roll plus conditions, which are currently 0. And
Okay.
on a hit, you hold 3. On a 7-9, you will mark a condition, and on a miss, you hold 2. hold 2 burn, and mark 3 conditions. So
So I'm hitting that under the burns and flares, you said, right?
let's take a quick. Yeah, under conditions marked, you just that little thing, just hitting the mark.
Okay.
Oh, you got a condition
Yay.
off of this.
A 7.
So 7's a hit, which is good. So you get to put in the little, we'll put in the little whole box 3. That's what you're holding
Yeah.
now. Whoops. And you do, though, have to mark 1 condition. So summoning up all of this power, are you feeling afraid, angry, guilty, hopeless, or insecure about the whole situation?
You know, I think I'm going to go with the insecure, just because, you know, he feels like he's new at this. He's not sure if he's doing the right thing, even though Dynamic said go for the neck, you know, and he feels, you know, confident that's the right answer. He himself, you know, is that insecure kind of, you know, not knowing what exactly to do. So he's just kind of following what everyone else is thinking.
Yep. Following orders, that fits perfectly with being insecure.
Yeah.
All right. You have summoned up your power to do things. And you said you're going to go with a blast. Are you just unleashing your powers, or are you going to go into something more powerful? Are you going to go into your flares, or are you going to just go with unleash your powers?
You know what? I think I'm just going to unleash the powers. Just
Okay. So in this case, you're making a roll on freak.
okay. Ooh.
Nice.
Ice.
All right. All right. So you successfully blast the Tyrannosaur, and you can definitely see that you are ripping chunks off of its flesh, and its head looks like it's got a kink in it. All right. We have made
I
some
created
progress.
a weak spot.
All right. So it reacts to this damage, and since you're not quite near enough for it to do something, though you did actually no wait, you came down and were hovering right next to Rigger.
Rigger. Yep.
So it responds with the fact that you are right there, and the mouth, Rigger, you are holding it open, and you can just suddenly hear a whirl spin up. And then you start to see that inside of the mouth, it's not like a regular Tyrannosaur. It has a Gatling gun inside of its mouth, and it's getting ready to fire bullets as you hold it open. And it starts to go towards you and everything nearby.
Is there a way, seeing this or hearing it or whatever, is there a way I could use my shielding flare to like protect Rigger? I have to spend a burn, but
Yep, you can try and do that using your thing.
okay. So I roll freak again.
Dang, you're on a roll.
All right.
Literally.
So, ping, 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 ping. As you summon up, how does this look when you use your power to create this shield? What are people seeing happen if you are Starborn?
So it's kind of like the parental arm, like when you're in the car and they have to stop quick and the arm comes over real quick, like to hold you back. So my arm jets out like that, and then a shimmering shield starts right in front of Rigger and just kind of surrounds the frontal area of him, and the mouth sort of kind of contain the bullets hitting the shield.
All right. All right. So David's song. You're at the entrance to the place. You've been directing people to go into the building. You can see Rigger is being chomped down. You can see that Eli's gone and fired blasts, and he's created this shield to protect people from this Gatling gun. What are you doing?
I'm just gonna rush at Rigger and try to like tackle him away from the you said the gun is in the mouth?
Yep, the gun's in the mouth.
Yeah, I'm just because I don't know how long the shield's gonna hold, so I'm just gonna try to get him out from under the get him away from the mouth, basically, in case anything goes wrong with the shield.
All right. So you're trying to defend somebody by the sounds of it. So roll plus savior. So make.
Okay. When do action moves? Actually, it doesn't. Never mind.
Oh,
Nice.
he tackled you like you had the football.
Yeah, he did.
So Rigger and David just knows from his various training that there's no problem. He grabs you, tosses you in the right way. You go flying. You end up rolling underneath the pair of you, underneath one of the floats. So you are no longer in the sight of the Mechazor. The only thing left for the Mechazor to focus its anger on is Eli.
Bring it.
As it- All right. So we're going to quickly go over to Dynamix. So Dynamix, you were running and hopping from building to building, heading over to the server building, correct?
Yes.
All right. So you arrive at the building, and definitely you can hear the staccato of some sort of weapons exchange going on inside the building.
hmm
How are you going to proceed?
Okay, so I definitely got to the right place. So I will just quickly pop on the comms there while basically kind of approaching scouting. Since I've got a measure of Dynaman's powers here, assume that includes at least some sensory buffs, given what you described earlier.
Yep.
So it probably doesn't include seeing through walls, because that would make things really easy right now. But
No.
but with what she's learned and picked up, she's gonna try and at least isolate where it's coming from and kind of the fastest route to get to it, so that she can intervene. And over on, while she's doing that, over on the comms. Once you three have finished off with the robot dinosaur, come over to, what was this place you called it? Aegis.
It
Or no,
is the
Ares.
Ares Rolling Connecticut Service Center, Technology Service Center.
Yeah, that. Yeah, once you three are done with the robot dinosaur, get over to the Ares Rolling Connecticut data center as quick as possible. It's a distraction, and this is the break-in. And
All right.
with that told off, she's trying to find the fastest way to where the real action is happening inside.
Okay. Then give me a superior roll, because that's an assess the situation by the sounds of it.
Yep. Bam.
Kaboom! Kapow! Okay, so you can ask me 2 questions in this situation. So one of those you said is the quickest way in, and you would have to say that you have the skills that you could either go through the front door or the emergency side door or fire escape. Either of those would get you in fairly quickly. What also would you like to know?
Also going to go with best way to intimidate the attackers into ideally standing down, but I mean if they panic, who knows? But she's tough. She can probably take a few bullets.
Okay. And as you get close to the building, you do catch sight of one of them, and it looks a lot like some sort of steampunk Russian type person, but it does look like more of a mechanized man.
Oh, so more robots or probably robots instead of thugs.
Does
Huh?
look like more robots.
Well, in that case, we're looking at. Unfortunately, the stun rifle is primarily a stun rifle on it there. Making it not be stun would be a little too much at the moment, especially with Dynaman in the area keeping an eye on things.
Yeah,
That darn
probably
no
would.
death rays policy really causes so many problems. So we're looking at dynamic entry. Gonna have to just get her way through, and well, since you can't intimidate the attackers, got to reinforce the defenders.
All right. So let's move back to Rigger.
Okay.
Now that you have been moved out of immediate harm's way from the Mechazor, what are you doing?
So, first thing I'm going to do is I want to command my. Well, first I'm going to thank Sideburn for knocking, or not Sideburn, Song from knocking me out of the way. And then I want to have my surveillance drone search for any wireless signals going to and from the Tyrannosaurus robot, and where that signal might be coming from. And then I want to have command my ranged drone to shoot at where Sideburn made that hole and sort of like attack that weak point, and my melee drone to continue sort of tying up its feet and sort of keeping it busy down below. Excuse me. I'm gonna get up and surveil with my own eyes anyone else that might be in the danger zone to see who I can, who may need help.
All right. So I'm going to have you roll danger, but because of previous damage and everything, I'm going to give you a +1 on this roll.
Okay. +1. Got a 7.
7 is still a hit.
Yep.
So you manage to do more damage to this as your drones are starting to wear this Mechasaur down.
Mm-hmm.
But you need to choose. Do you want to resist or avoid a blow? Take something from them. Create an opportunity for your allies, or impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
I want to give an opportunity to an ally.
You want to give an opportunity to an ally?
Mhm.
Okay. And what kind of opportunity do you want to give to an ally?
Since this is dealing with the T-Rex, I want to give an opportunity to Sunburn, who has the shield up.
He is never gonna get my name right.
Starborn.
Starborn, sorry. Once again, I need new glasses.
No, just make it into a bit.
Yep. Hey, it's the same thing. If you guys have seen my video on how to make a good amount of money in No Man's Sky, there's a part where I'm supposed to say meringue, and I kept on saying margarine. It's the same darn thing.
All right. So you're trying to make an opportunity for your allies.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So all right. So the poor Mecha Godzilla is getting more damaged. So we're gonna mark on that. And let's see. Doesn't why not? It's getting annoyed with the robots that are around it, and it spins around, and it's gonna try and send and flying your melee robot into the crowd. Kabam! With its tail. So I want so you see as it getting knocked back, kabam, flying into the air. All right. Is anyone going to do anything about this, or?
Well, since I'm actually surveilling, I was also surveilling for where the danger is. I'm pretty sure I catch that in my screen. And so I'm going to do a twofold thing. I'm going to put in the request for the drone to try to correct itself, grab onto something to stop the direction it's flying. And then I'm going to sort of jump towards it to sort of like push it a different direction.
All right. So sounds like you're trying to defend someone. So you're trying to protect the people from this drone flying.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're doing this, you're thinking, if I fail, it'll be like seeing that 13-year-old getting injured, and it'd be my fault.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So roll savior. See what happens.
Right. No.
Oh, not so good.
Why can't I get the constant single good rolls that Starburn got?
We're stealing all your luck. That's why.
Yeah, that's what it is. Well,
You
hey.
need to cleanse those dice.
At least I'm holding up to my name of the chaos part. Good, bad, good, bad.
All right. All right. So you you see, and the robot is just out of your range as it goes flying by, and you can see it crashing into the building, and you hear screams from people. How are you feeling? Mark a condition for how you feel.
I'm going to mark guilty.
Guilty. You didn't. You see those people, and you know that there could be hospital costs coming up. People could be injured. All right, Eli, what are you doing?
Do I notice the direction that went into the building? Like, did it go to where Holly Smith ran, or was it?
Could be. Ollie may be in amongst the damaged building.
Okay.
Are you going to go and check on her, or are you going to deal with the Tyrannosaur?
Yeah, I think I'm going to check on her. Because that
All
seems
right.
like it would be a foolhardy action without talking to my team.
All right, so you tear off to check on Holly, leaving the Tyrannosaur free to rampage. All right. Make a roll to defend somebody. See if she's okay.
Oh,
So you are using your powers to dig through the rubble, and you're not being, well, careful. And you can see that as you went trying to go, Holly! You go slamming into the building to try and get her out, and more building comes smashing down. How are you feeling?
I would like just to take a sidebar and say this might be where I try to kill Rigger.
Purely by accident, of course.
Yeah, purely by accident. I didn't mean to send off a supernova in front of your face. I think I'm going to be feeling. I think that would lead into the angry.
All right. Well, then, mark angry.
Now, would I clear my insecure by foolhardily taking action without talking to anyone?
Not this time.
I tried.
I know. All right. So, David.
Yep.
Rigger is just saw his drone go flying, melee drone go flying off, and destruction has happened. Eli has left the Tyrannosaur as he's trying to go find out what's happened to his friend Holly. Dynamix has gone who knows where, and there's just you looking at this Tyrannosaur, Mecha Tyrannosaur at that doesn't seem to have anybody stopping it, as it now is free to roam the streets. What are you doing?
So, how bad's the damage to its neck from Starborn's blast?
Well, from the blast of the neck, It's definitely got a wobble to it. And I mean, Rigger's drones have already put some damage into it, and the range drone is still trying to shoot away at it. But who knows?
Okay.
Maybe on its last legs, it might not.
Is it so is it standing upright again after having, because it was bending down to try to bite Rigger, it stood back up?
Yep, it's kind of standing up. It's kind of looking towards the nearby parade floats, and it seems to be getting ready to go for a head charge.
How tall is it?
Well, despite us describing it as a Tyrannosaurus Rex kind of thing, it's probably more Allosaurus size, so it's probably maybe 15 feet high.
Okay. Let's see. So
the neck is probably like 10 to 12 feet up.
Okay. Do I see any like exposed wires or anything in there?
You can assess the situation and try and figure that out. See if there's an option for trying to do that.
Okay, I'll go ahead and do that. Superior.
Yep. And I'll give you a +1 from previous people saying that that's a weak spot.
Alrighty. Hit. So I just have the question, like, do I see any like exposed wires that hands on?
Yeah, you can definitely see that there looks to be some spots that have been opened up at this point. You can definitely see that there is a way to shut this thing down if you directly engage it.
Okay. Yeah, I think I want to try to provoke it to try to get it to bite me, and then if I can dodge it, then basically like kind of counter, just thrusting my hand into its neck to pull out the wires, but that might be too much to do in one turn or whatever.
Well, you can definitely try and directly engage it. So go roll plus danger and see what you do.
Okay.
You have a +1 from you previously looking for the opportunity. So
+1.
Yep.
Full hit.
Oh,
Nice.
full hit.
That's a good one.
No problem. So, yes. Describe how you do this. How do you, Daysong, reach in and rip the power cords out of its neck?
Yeah, so I basically run up to it and try to get it to attack me, and then essentially just like kind of dodge the attack, and as I do, just like kind of spin to the side and like throw my hand in, just grab a handful of wires and just yank as hard as I can.
All right. And it goes crashing down to the ground. And as it goes crashing down to the ground, its eyeballs start to blink red. And there seems to be a countdown. 10, 9, 8.
Okay, I just yell, everybody get the fuck back, and just run as far as away from it as I can.
All right. So, dynamics.
Mhm.
So, you had figured out there are some sort of robot, steampunk robots or mecha men,
Mhm.
and you were going into the building. What are you doing now? Are you just punching things, or are you doing something else? Trying to slip past these guys? What are you trying to do?
Well, actually, hold on one moment here, Ro.
Mhm.
I'm noticing the time that's 8 o'clock, which we normally end at. Do we want to continue pushing forward, or do you think that this would be a good point to sort of stop?
I can do either. I mean,
Okay, well,
it's almost
let's talk to the rest of the group. I mean, Mega, are you up to continuing on and going a little bit longer?
If we want to resolve, like, essentially the dinosaur exploding, basically, and then I mean, as far as the data bank, or is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, the data center is probably going to take a bit longer to take care of. So
if we want to resolve the dinosaur and then save the data center for later, I think that's probably good.
Okay.
Okay.
What about you,
I'm fine.
Draco?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Okay, we'll
I
go
think that's
ahead
a good idea.
and go to the point of resolving the issue with what's going on with the dinosaur, and then we'll end there. So I'll let you continue on, Ro.
All right.
Yes.
So
I'd say finish things off over there, and then we'll start off with
next
dynamics on next time.
okay. All right. So David says, "Everybody, clear out." Rigger, what are you doing?
I'm under a float right now, right?
No, because you got out to try and stop your droid.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Drone.
So, are there any civilians nearby?
Well, you did shove the one float with your special ed teacher off to the side. So there is a group huddled off to the one side. They're trying to covering themselves by the cowering by the float itself. There's probably a group of like 5 or 6 teachers there and a couple students.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I am going to run over there. I'm going to... Now, no one's on the float anymore, correct?
Nope.
Okay, I'm going to grab the float. I'm going to pick it up so that it's sort of sideways. I'm going to hold the frame and lift it up and start walking and say, everyone, follow me. I'm going to lead them towards the nearest exit.
All right. So you have picked up this float and you have flipped it on its side and you're using it as a giant shield as you're trying to protect people. Okay.
Yes. And then I'm also sending the commands to my gunning drone and my surveillance drone to, make distance,
Pull back. Okay.
pull back.
All right. And Eli, what are you doing? You're up to your eyeballs in building that is come crashing down around you.
Yeah, I'm still trying to see if I can find Holly and make sure she's here or, not here, so to speak. Because if she's free, then I'll try and help anyone else if possible.
Right. Sounds like you're assess the situation, so check that.
Okay. When does or what did his Rigger's opportunity do for me?
What did Rigger's opportunity do for you?
Yeah, I just remembered that I had that opportunity that he gave me, or sunburn as he called me at the time.
Yeah. I mean, he was going to give you an opportunity, and you guys got to do some extra damage, but that's all that really came out of it, because you then suddenly went, oh, I got to save Holly.
Okay. Thank you
All
for
right,
clearing that up. I just wanted to make sure.
Yep. Roll superior. That's a miss. So
I'm going to kill you.
You have no idea what has happened to Holly when behind you, the number on the eyes clicks over from 1 to 0. And then the whole back of the mecha Zor erupts as rockets go shooting up and into the air and start raining down on the surrounding area. Boom, 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 boom. And that's where we'll leave it.
That's a hell of a cliffhanger.
Yeah, it is.
And episode 1's always got to be a 2-parter.
Always.
Right.
We gotta give people a reason to come back for next Friday.
Yep.
And Rose done an excellent job of that.
Can I just do something real quick? Stay tuned, folks, because maybe next time Eli will make it out and find Holly, or is she dead? Will Rigger and Deho Song make it to Dynamix to save the arc building there? I messed it up.
It was
In true
adventure.
Tune
Draco
in next
fashion.
week.
All right, so I want to thank you guys all for tuning in. I know I had a lot of fun with this campaign. I can't wait to see what happens in the future for this. So, like I said, next Friday you'll want to view in, and then also starting the Sunday after that, I will be going back to my regular streaming schedule as temperatures have cooled down here. So I'll actually be able to run games and stream them without it overheating my room as long as temperatures don't rise again. We'll see what happens. But that is my hope. So Ro, be prepared for that because I know you like to join in on the Sunday Say Heroes streams, and anyone else is welcome to join in on those. So everyone, have a good night.
Have a good night, all.
Night.
Good night.